If you already know the syntax for a particular key-in, it's quicker to actually type the key-in sequence directly into the upper key-in entry box. To speed the entry, you can enter abbreviations of the key-in words. MicroStation will then assist this process by automatically inserting a key-in word that matches the first characters you type. Try this. Make sure the focus is in the key-in window. Press P-L on the keyboard. And notice that MicroStation is offering the word place. We want that, so we'll press the spacebar. That locks the word into place. Goes on to the next entry. Type L at the keyboard. Line pops into place. We'll accept that with the spacebar. And enter C, and constrain pops into place. And we'll accept that with the spacebar. Now all we have to do is press enter. And we place our line. So if you need to use key-ins a lot, then this is obviously a much faster process. But of course you have to know which key-ins you need, and the syntax of those key-ins as well. In addition to entering single action key-ins, which is what we've been doing up to this point, you may also enter key-in strings that perform several operations or settings at the same time. For example, if I type the following, CO equals red, a semicolon, LV equals 2, semicolon, LC equals 0, semicolon, and then ACT space FO space FAN, which is short form for Active Font Fancy. If I enter this now by pressing the Enter key, I'll change the active color to red, the active level to number 2, and the line type to 0, and change the font to Fancy. Then when I start the annotation tool, I'll be drawing with exactly those settings. Try this for yourself. Place some text with those settings. Now clearly this type of key-in sequence is greatly important when it is assigned to an AccuDraw shortcut or to a function key, both of which we'll be discussing in later videos. In addition to the key-ins we've looked at already, you can also go outside of MicroStation using a key-in. For example, if I type % and Notepad and press enter, I will start Notepad. So I'm outside of MicroStation into the Notepad software, and I can use Notepad as a separate entity. This is obviously useful if you need to get out of MicroStation to work in a word processor or a spreadsheet. Sometimes you may need to enter 2% characters to actually access other software. Experiment a little with that. Try and open your regular word processor and Excel. Try a single % sign first, if not, try a double % sign. You don't have to leave the key-in window on the screen at all times in its full version. You can actually drag it and dock it on either the upper edge, if you wish, or on the lower edge. It won't dock on the sides, however. It minimizes, of course, to the single entry key-in window, but you do have access to previously entered key-ins. Click on this down arrow here and you'll see previous entries, which you can obviously select from, and there's quite an extensive list of those too. You can also search for key-ins by clicking on the browser key-in. That pops up the 4 windows. So you have quite good access to key-ins. I would only do this, of course, if you're using key-ins extensively. Otherwise, it's taking up screen space. To change the whole thing, grab the corner, pull it off, and you can expand it again as usual.